The Tour de France is one of the hardest races in the world. It lasts 3 weeks and is made of individual day stages, which can be hundreds of kilometers long. Just winning one stage is the professional highlight of many cyclists, and winning the whole race is beyond the wildest dreams of all but the greatest riders. The Italian Gino Bartali was one of those riders. He won the Tour de France in 1938 at the age of 24, and instantly in Italy, a country obsessed with cycling, he became a national treasure. He was then primed to dominate the sport, but then the whole of Europe was engulfed by the monstrous Second World War. Obviously, in the years that followed, all sporting competitions were cancelled. The years which would have met Bartali at his physical peak. But in that time, Bartali put his supreme cycling talent and his immense fame to very good use. He joined the anti-fascist resistance and then played a pivotal role in the network set up to save the lives of hundreds of Italian Jews. He would go out on mammoth bike rides under the pretense of training, wearing his racing jersey emblazoned with his name. So any fascist police or German troops would instantly recognise him and let him pass. So all the while, Bartali had hidden in the bike tubes and handlebars secret documents and photos, which he'd relay to safe houses, which would be then used to forge passports for Jewish families to escape over the border into neutral Switzerland. Eventually, his actions raised the suspicions of SS officials, who arrested him and questioned him and threatened him with his own life. But he never cracked Bartali, and in fact, after his release, he then went on to personally lead Jewish refugees towards the Swiss Alps, who would ride on his bike towing a boxed wooden wagon behind, with a refugee hiding inside. He never boasted about what he'd done during the war. When asked, he would simply say, "Certain medals hang on the soul, not on the jacket." But his story doesn't quite end there. In 1948, he finally returned to compete in the Tour again. But halfway around, he was struggling big time. And that night, meanwhile back at home in Italy, the Italian leader of the Communist Party there had almost been assassinated, and the whole of Italy was in complete political turmoil, on the edge of civil war. The Italian Prime Minister rang up Bartali in his hotel room and pleaded with him not to drop out of the race and try and win one more stage. Nothing would unite the Italian people better. So, Bartali then went on to win the next 3 stages in a row, snatching overall lead of the race, and then he held on to that lead over the remaining days all the way to the finish line in Paris. By that point, the whole of Italy was in total celebration, and any risk of political bloodshed had faded away. Gino Bartali, what a man. So hopefully his story inspired you and also sparked your interest in the Tour de France. Vive le Tour!